Hey guys, how you doing today? I have a very special guest for us, Laurie Brock, one of our students that's been with us for now close to 90 days. And somehow she realized through doing our class how to take a $10,000 account, which she did, and turn it into an $84,000 account. In fact, just went up today to 85,000. So pretty cool, very, very cool. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I want to kind of introduce Laurie to you first. Laurie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal, phenomenal. Just seeing when I see results like that, it always makes me a little tingly in the heart. So, but before we get to that, can you just tell everybody kind of like what you did for a living and stuff like that?
Sure. My most recent adventure, I owned a bridal store for 13 years. And unfortunately, due to COVID in March, we had to close down for several months.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me hard to pay bills, had no income coming in. So I decided in October to sell the store for pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Took a huge loss. I had, 350 something thousand in inventory
Oh wow. Okay.
that I sold for less than half of what it cost me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I had a rent payment of almost 10,000 a month.
Wow.
So I just figured out what I would be saving in rent, kind of applied it what I would sell the store for, because it was really hard to find somebody to buy at that time.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, and I hear that a lot of business owners kind of struggled a lot with something with a lot of stress when it comes to especially COVID and on those type of circumstances. So I guess you stopped doing that, right? And what did you do after that?
Well, I sold that in mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I was retired.
Wow.
Never worked, never not worked a day in my life.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And so
Um,
what made you look into investing in stocks?
I've always been interested in the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
And years and years ago, when I was an executive assistant at an oil company, I worked for a gentleman that wanted me to keep track of the stocks. Now, this was back in the newspaper days. So I'd have to track his stocks every day for him.
Okay.
And since then, it's just been, I can't say my passion, because if that was the case, I would have done this 13 years ago. But I've always had an interest in it.
Okay, cool. So what made you decide to join Trader Foundation?
I got an invite from one of your members
Mm-hmm.
to watch your master class.
Okay.
Um, I hadn't started trading yet. Just kind of watched some YouTube videos and kind of tried to teach myself, and it didn't work out well. But I'm a big learning fanatic, so I would spend hours. I was retired, I had nothing else to do. So I'd spend hours on the computer learning. And then I got this invite to join your master class.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very intrigued because, unlike most of the other people out there, y'all actually teach
Mm-hmm.
versus, you have great courses too, but you're there. I can talk to y'all if I need you,
Mm-hmm.
which is not the case with a lot of other companies.
The human element.
Yeah, you can email people on other platforms and you never get an answer.
Yeah, it's funny because I hear
So,
the beeping in the background for you with the Voxer going off. I know and that's our elite chat for all the people who graduated. to be able to look at pigs based on our concepts, which is pretty cool because I know that's a big thing for you.
Yes, it is. I like to be in touch, and this recent Voxer group has been phenomenal. I don't know if I said that right, but and everybody in the elite group is willing to share, willing to help, which is not common in this business. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody thinks they know these secrets and nobody wants to share.
Right.
And this group is very different.
Yeah, it's a teamwork. It's almost like at the end of what's cool about the market, I could make all the money, but it doesn't necessarily affect you. You could make your own money. So it's not like we're taking each other's money. So it's nice to see the group work together and coming together with all these things, which is pretty cool.
Very nice. Because you don't get that anyplace else. So after your master class, I put in that I wanted a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked for about an hour, and I decided to get in. Kind of a leap of faith, but before I joined the group, even after everything I watched and tried to study on my own, knew nothing about charts and how to look at charts. And that's a very big thing. I can't believe I would have even wanted to trade without knowing how to look at them and decide which way they're going. I mean,
right.
So it's been great. I mean, there's things you've taught me that I just had no clue. And probably would have never gotten into investing because I probably would have lost my butt right off the beginning.
Well, apparently you went from being very scared, skeptical to doing this at all, from being in the bridal business to taking $10,000 in your account and learning how to get it to 84,000 in a matter of, am I exaggerating when I say 90 days?
Maybe a little. I think I started it second week, February.
I apologize. So it was 5 months.
Right.
Okay, so 5 months you were able to take $10,000 turned into 84. Everybody wants to know. So, and here's the thing. I know you didn't really have experience with stocks except kind of watching them in this type of category. What's the magic formula here? What's the secret, and how would others be able to say, hey, I want to have the option to leave my job or be able to leave a business if I wanted to at some point because I have something that's making me money like this?
Join your Traders Foundation elite group and do everything they say. Take all the courses, do the homework. Excuse me. As you know, there was 1 or 2 tests I did that I failed. It just drove me crazy.
That's that accountability.
And so I would go back and rewatch, figure out where I made my mistakes. And some of them were stupid. By the time I rewatched it, I knew the correct answer. I just didn't answer it right. Gotcha. That's really been a milestone because nobody else, they throw videos up and watch this, but the accountability made me finish it. And I wouldn't go past, like I wouldn't jump classes. I followed them, each one the way you told us to. That's been great.
Awesome. And how do you like the idea of, because I know you had situations where you had a few questions. It sounds to me like the video you told me before, were they pretty clear as far as understanding them? For somebody who's never done, if somebody's never done stocks, they don't even know how to put a trade, would you say it's pretty clear to understand how the videos are?
Oh, the videos are very clear.
Okay.
Very super clear.
Okay. And what about the user? Like, did you utilize, I know with me, a couple times we had a session, did you utilize the coaching, and how was that experience?
Um, Coaching is fabulous. I probably didn't do enough of it because I kind of grasped what I learned.
Mhm.
And, I
Obviously.
really didn't want to bother you with stuff I already knew just to waste your time. Now, anytime I had a problem, I definitely would
Yeah.
contact you.
And you know what's cool is now that we have not on top of the support is key. I think having the group, the elite, our elite group on Facebook where we could ask all questions, and we go live every day, basically Monday through Friday with different ideas, and just the elite chat. I mean, just seeing you active on both is awesome. So I think that really helped for you.
It has. My phone Voxer goes off like at 11 midnight.
Voxer's an app, just if somebody doesn't know. It's an app we use to chat. It's just a little different. So has a walkie-talkie on it, but it's just our exclusive little thing that we have for specific members that graduated.
And my husband makes fun of it
Why?
because, well, and he's hard of hearing. I'm surprised he can even hear it, but he hears it and he's like, that stupid phone, shut it off. I said, no, I can't. You don't understand. This is how I'm making money.
Hmm. Wow.
So it's kind of a joke around here because, like I said, it goes off all times of the day and night.
Well, you could always mute it, but every time I always look at it, I observe a lot on it. I'm like, I'm gonna mute it today. It's like, but then they always have such good plays over there. I'm like, now I use my students to play all the plays, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and some of those students are way above me.
Hey, that's what makes it like a mastermind group. Everybody shares ideas. So now that you got yourself where you could, you obviously seen patterns of success. 5 months to from 10 to 84. That's not luck at this point. I think it's consistent gains. What's your goal from here on out?
Oh, I'd like to turn that into at least 150 in the next 5 months.
I think if you could, you basically almost 9 times your money. So I think doubling is not so bad. So
No, and it sure helps for some of the money I lost in the bridal business.
we're gonna get all that money back for you. I have a feeling. A little less stress too.
Oh, a lot less stress. I mean, I worked pretty much 7 days a week.
Gotcha. I'm
It was
glad you don't
always
have to do that
there.
anymore. That's the key to. That's what my vision has always been, is helping people kind of have another option.
Right. I mean, I was stressed to the max all the time
Mhm.
because, girls would contact me on my website at 9 o'clock at night, want me to come open the store. And I'm like, I just literally ran myself out of gas. So I guess it was time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you joined. So, one last question I had for you: for if somebody that's watching this and maybe is kind of hesitant to make a move, what would be your advice to them?
If you're serious about learning about trading stocks or options, I myself love options. Um, you'll never gain the knowledge from anywhere else like you'll gain from this elite group and the classes and the lessons and the fact that they're always there. You'll just never find it elsewhere.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it, Laurie. Listen, thank you so much. I think this was actually really great. And guys, if you have any questions, please don't be scared to DM me or email me so we could go over it. But other than that, again, Laurie, thank you so much for your time, and I will be bringing you back when you are making 150,000.
Okay. Sounds wonderful. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.